Hello guys and welcome to Kingdome Come Deliverance. Now, I've recorded this like 3 times now and it's just been corrupt, so I've had to do this several times. Let's see if it actually works this time. Now, you'll see that later on after, let's say, the next cutscene, when you get to another area, you'll see that I've got herbalism. That's because when I made the one before this, like halfway through it got corrupt, but the rest is okay. So what I thought I'll do is that I'll make the first half new, and then the second half I'll crop it in together so you won't really notice, but I'll stick it together so then later on I've got better stats than I would have had with this save, because I've got a little bit more of herbalism skills. I think it's like level 2, 3, something like that, and level and a few in strength and stuff. But that's I talk about that in game on the one before. So let's see if I can actually do this. Alright, this is just the sword training bit.
So, can we get started?
Yeah, let's get this sorted.
We can. Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
Okay, right, with the sword fighting it is quite simple, but against one person, but against several it's difficult. Now later on when you get better in strength, you get, well, in sword fighting you unlock different combos. So in a minute when it lets me hit him, let me hit you then. Right, there you go. Now let's say I put on the left hand side.
Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself.
Okay, as I was saying, later on when you unlock new combos for your weapon, let's say you start left or right, whichever, you just tap R2 once, it'll strike and then it'll go to the bottom, and then you can strike again. So it'll carry on that combo until you deplete your stamina. Later on when you get better combos, you can hit him with your hilt and all sorts of other things.
Try it a few times.
I would say the best thing to do is, if it's a 1v1, is start to clinch and win them, which later on you
Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat, but if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another.
when you level up in strength, you then become better at clinching, so you can go close to him and then it'll go into like a second or two in a clinch, and if you press R1 or R2 with sword, it'll either kick him back or it'll knock him back, which then it's easier to hit him in the head and stab him, and if you keep on doing that they cannot resist it, which they'll then just keep on going into clinches and easier to kill him.
I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
Thirsty? Dude, you've literally didn't even swing your sword. It was all me, you big bitch. Right, let's go to Bianca. Oh, there's a post there. Now, this woman here, she will give you, wherever she is, 5 save snaps, which is the only one of the ways to save the game.
You're looking well today.
The others are sleeping or quitting the game. Ale for father.
What else could I expect from a village lout? What will it be then? Ragamuffin?
I've already done that several times. I'm not even going to click it again because you get nothing really. So I'm just going to carry on the story just to speed up to get to the area.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Sure, I will.
Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanya.
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite, Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
There was so many innuendos in that thing that I tried my best not to say anything. Who are you? Oh, Deutsch's wife. Will I actually? Yeah, there's like a little cutscene here. I didn't click on it before. Like, go here. Let's see if it actually works this time. No? Oh, no, it's already finished. Well, if you decline them and say no to them, and you come to around this area when you say no, you'll have the little cutscene where they're actually throwing dung at the wall, and you can actually watch them fight and everything without getting into combat. Which is, I didn't actually realize that until I declined it this time, because every other time that I've played this, I've said yes. So you know what they say, variety is best. Okay, let's go back to father, give him the ale before it goes warm, because if you give him warm ale, he goes mad. I'm here, father. I'm here with the forge.
Yeah, about time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Yes, I do.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. That's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, I heard some gossip about what happened to Deutsch. I expect you know something about it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Someone threw dung at Deutsch's freshly lime-washed house, maybe. And maybe those cronies of yours had something to do with it.
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Oh, got what he deserved, did he? Look, I don't know if you're mixed up in this or if it's just those friends of yours. It's all the same to me. But I have a trade to run. The German pays well. And having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. Do you understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
What, so you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of the king?
Does that boy ever listen to a word I say? So Deutsch spouts rubbish, so what? You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth, not your fists.
You should actually remember that, because in-game, talking is the best way to get out of things.
Furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it.
One slip and that's going to burn your hands.
Good. Once more.
That would hurt.
That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Yep, I've already received them. There you go.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine.
Henry, what are you
Why'd
waiting
you ask?
for? Bring those
Just wondering.
nails.
Will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Well, those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Let him
commoner?
try it.
Oh, Henry, no. This is the cringiest sword fighting I've seen. Look.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzig. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Isfa. Have a safe journey to Sassa.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree, by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them, or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened? Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzig. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
We're closing!
Move in, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the
Keep
gates!
running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah.
Get through the gates!
Oh, damn. That is just butchery. The first time I seen that in the end, it made me sick. Like, why would you do that just to a woman?
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
What's up, Redzik? Okay, one to two things can happen here. I can either save this woman, or I can either let her get molested by the Prague people, or Czech, whichever he was. I can't really remember at the moment. But you'll know what I mean in a second. If you haven't seen this gameplay once before, which if you haven't, then I don't know where you've been, because this game's been out for quite a while. Oh, stamina's low. But there's a woman right here going to end up getting attacked by I think 3 of them, so all you need to do is literally just stab one of them in the back and run. That's it, that's all you need to do. Yes, I know. Literally just stab one. There you go, and then she's free. Now just run. There you go, that's all you need to do. Just help her and run. What I could do is stay here and kill them and get some armor for in-game, but there's no need for it really. Damn, that's gotta hurt. You gotta be careful with this because you can actually die if you slow down, which your stamina will deplete quite, not fast, but it does deplete over time while you sprint on your horse. And if you stop, either stop riding and try and get your stamina back, they will shoot you and it will take half your health. I think you get an extra 5 shots. If you get shot 5 times, you're dead and you have to restart this bit. But other than that, it's kind of a piece of cake. You just run. You can just hold circle as well and it'll do it by itself, but you're not exactly running. Quick, run! You're gonna get stabbed, murdered and tortured. I'm not sure what language that is, actually.
Run for it.
Oh, crap! The horse is out of stamina. Oh no, you don't. You see that arrow fly past you. Then, if you stop running, just weave back and forth. Ah, crap! Nope, run, run. Get out of the way. You're gonna get trampled by a horse in a minute. But there's a cutscene up ahead anyway where you just get away from it, so that's not bad. I think I'll make this episode just a little bit longer, just so you can, because it is quite story driven, this part. So at least you get some form of gameplay instead of just complete story, which can be a little bit of a drag sometimes unless you like that.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. You only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
It's a nice dog.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robart. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare
damn
for
it.
the worst.
Sorry.
Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Okay, let's go. Oh. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't eat and if you don't sleep, you become wary.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Okay, let's go eat.
They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
Lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Okay. Right, let me just take some of this food. You gotta be careful with this because if you overeat, you do get a debuff. Where I think you're heavy on your feet, so your stealth isn't as good anymore. I'm not gonna take too much food because it does go off over time. Okay, and I'm still a little bit hungry, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. So let's go to food. Let's eat the lentil soup. If you look at Henry underneath him, where it says health, energy, and nourishment, nourishment is your food. So if you go over 100%, you then become. Well, you don't become. You overeat, which then you get a debuff from it. Which duck, I think, is your lot of food. So if I just eat one of these, that gives me like 30. So I'm not, wait, I can tell by pressing triangle, can't I? Nourishment is 26, so if I eat another one, I'll be over by 7. So there's no point of that. Okay. And now, oh, sorry my lady. You're tired, Henry. Let's go to bed then. Okay, let's get naked. Close the door so no one can see. Actually, before I do that, let's do my skills first. I'll put it on so you know what skills I choose. It's not really going to be that great because everything that you choose has a positive and a negative. Look, like this one here, it says you'll last 30% longer without food, but as soon as you get hungry, the effects will be 20% worse, and everything is like that. Like the stamina regeneration is faster at night, but 10% slower at day. So that's only great if you do stuff at night. But what I want is Wanderer, I think. Conditions for comfort beds, no. Not really, because you do tend to sleep out more. I'm going to click on Scout, I think. Increase the sight distance of fast travel, so you notice events sooner. Yeah, because that will help a lot. Manly odor, it's good, but your stealth becomes that terrible by far. Okay. And strength. Gravedigger, you carry dead and or unconscious bodies, won't cost any stamina, but it will burden you half as much, and they will burden you half as much. Blocking an opponent strikes with your shield will cost you less stamina. Well, the thing is with this, it's great to use shields early game, but mid game, not so much, because shields actually do take up quite a lot of stamina if you just use your sword and get into a clinch with someone and you keep on doing that, and you win every clinch. You can stab them, you can slash them, you can get into another clinch and then keep on doing that over and over and over again, and they'll be dead within a matter of minutes. And yes, sword fighting on here does take a little bit, like a while to get a hand of, plus some fights do take a little while longer if you don't have buffs, so you got to be careful what you choose. If you've got enough fragrant herbs in your inventory, you get 22 you get 2% charisma bonus. Can't speak today. If your horse has enough fragrant herbs in his saddle, it will be less shy. See, that is good, because if you get hit by an enemy, I think once, you can fall off your horse, depending on if your horse is skittish or not. So that is a good one to have as well. So I think I'll get them all when I've got enough points for it. I'll just go down the line with it. I think that's all I've got at the moment. Flower power. So my charisma is up. If you can tell on the right side where it says strength, agility, vitality, speech, charisma and speed, you got to be careful with them, because your armor and every perk that you get goes with them. And swords do have a base where you have to have a certain strength requirement to use it. Like Saradzik, its strength is 1, but that's because it's a mission sword. Later on, not so much. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.